Okay, as long as we're on the Koch brother and the Trump agenda, I want to read this, and then I want to do a reading on Koch brothers and their agenda during the Trump administration, and we'll see what comes out. But I wanted to read this first. This is from the New York Times, opinion piece, Trump and the Koch brothers are working in concert. This is by Thomas B. Edsel. He contributes a weekly column from Washington, D.C. on politics, demographics, and inequality. So he goes on to say they disagree about trade, tariffs, and immigration, but don't be fooled. Neither side can get what it really wants without help from the other. President Trump and the Koch brothers have made it clear that they don't like each other. Politically speaking, they are in fundamental disagreement over trade, tariffs, and immigration. Nonetheless, there is a functional Trump-Koch alliance, and the Republican Party has capitalized handsomely on it. Trump's racially frightened anti-immigrant rhetoric has been essential to persuading white voters to agree to Republicans' long-standing sought tax and regulatory politics. These policies are inimical or irrelevant to the interests of low and moderate income Americans. They have been promulgated by the Trump administration, but many of them have been meticulously prepared and packaged by the Koch's massive political network. Okay, a 2014 Washington Post story described the Koch political empire as a labyrinth of tax-exempt groups and limited liability companies designed to mask the sources of the money. Much of this money continues to go to voter mobilization and television ads and financing the construction and maintenance of some of the most sophisticated detailed voter lists anywhere. The Koch network, which in many respects has eclipsed the official Republican Party, has nurtured the careers of a host of politicians. Now, this gets interesting. From Mike Pence, oh yes, Mike Pence is on the Koch brothers thing, to Scott Walker, to Mike Pompeo. Major beneficiaries of the Koch network include the Tea Party, Cato Institute, the National Federation of Independent Business, and groups specifically created to act as conservative counterweights to a panoply of liberal interest groups. For example, the 60+ Association and Center to Protect Patients' Rights are a conservative alternative to the AARP. The Koch policy objectives that have been realized since Trump took office are legion. Enactment of the $1.5 trillion tax cut, the opening of public lands to mining, the appointment of men and women with industry ties to key regulatory posts, weakened enforcement of worker safety rules, the proposed elimination or rollback of numerous environmental regulations, the appointment of Neil Gorsuch to the Supreme Court, along with the nomination of Brett Kavanaugh and the appointment of judges favored by the Kochs to all levels of the federal bench. In this context, the public disagreement between Trump and Koch over trade, tariffs, and even immigration clearly diminishes in importance. Okay? So, I don't care how much they say they don't like each other, they are working together. Basically, Trump is in their pocket doing their bidding, whether they want to recognize that or not. Okay? So, at this point, I want to throw some cards and see what we've got on the Koch brothers agenda and how it's playing out in the Trump administration. Koch brothers' agenda, how is it playing out in the Trump administration? So let's see what we get here. How is the Koch brothers' agenda playing out in the Trump administration? And we all see what a snake Pence is. And Pence is groomed by the Koch brothers. So you want to know what they're about? Look at Pence. Smarmy, smarmy, just bad. How is the Koch brothers' agenda playing out in the Trump administration? Okay, let's see what we've got here. In the center of it all, we have Dominion, the card of Dominion, trying to balance things out. And trying to use, okay, the American values. These are our values. They're using it, but they're using it in a way, in a dark way, okay? Trying to use our laws, our ways, but in a dark way to balance things that they want, okay? So when I get the Empress, I see that as, you know, our legal system, all of our things that make America America, okay? But they're using it in a dark way for dominion, to sway the balance in their agenda, okay? Trying to sway the agenda. Going into it. Okay, we have the sun. Well, usually the sun in these types of readings is trying to shed light on things. Temperance. In this case, the temperance is they're wearing a dark hood. Temperance is, you know, these things are out the door. We've got it, the devil, the card of the devil. Okay? So they're trying to shine light on a way to horn their way in, temperance, to make this temperance to follow the way that they want to do. Because they are, don't forget, they are fueling money into the Senate, to McConnell, to ones like that, to sway the way that temperance. Okay, in this case, it's the negative. I like this card of the way temperance, things are kind of up in flames. So things are kind of up in flames. They're wearing the hood, you know, they're doing the dealings of the ego drama, okay, trying to fuel and put in their agenda, okay. Foundation of it. Oh, foundation. The way that the wands, the Princess of Wands, these emotionally fueled things of fire that are ready to blow up, death to that, they put a lid on it. Okay, it's going to be our way. We got 2 times of this. We've got the death card. You know, they'll try to shut down the things that are against theirs, that are coming up against it. Death card, fuel that. Again, the 4 of Swords. I love this. In the graveyard, suspend that. So they're trying to fuel, if something comes up that's hard-hitting and hot that they don't like, they're going to try to shut it down. They're going to shut it down. Any energy that's coming up that they don't want, something coming up, they're going to shut it down. Through McConnell, not giving a vote, not doing this, not, you know. We've got above it, Earth of Water, Princess of Cups. Okay. Again, they've got their emotionally things tied up in the way that things are presented. They've got their people behind the scenes to carry this energy forward for their. And we've got the 3 of Pentacles, the one of the dark dealings. Okay? Dark money, whatever. So they have those behind the scenes, emotionally charged to bring those agendas, to bring that forward, to carry out what they want behind the scenes. Their directives that is going to fuel their business, their opportunities. Okay. In other words, they've got the people on the payroll to do their bidding. Again, that's above it. And underneath of it, they're going to stop. They have people in place. When something comes up that's hot, they don't want it. They have somebody there to put a kibosh on it, to stop it. Oh. Going into it, though, we have completion. Okay. Maybe now there's going to be some, they've got a temporary, it's a temporary win. They've been doing okay so far, but the tower, people are going to get wise to them, the tower. And then looking at the 7 of Pentacles, they're going to be looking at the seeds that have been put there, what they've been growing, what they're harvesting. And people are going to start to wake up. Okay. So they've been really, at this reading, they've been behind the scenes running stuff for quite some time. Okay. And Trump doesn't know he's being used. Great art of the deal. No, they've got the Senate. We was wondering, you know, what's with McConnell? What's with these ones? You know, like McConnell, Jordan, all these ones. They're in the back pocket of the Koch brothers doing their bidding. Okay? So, yeah. Hopefully more comes out about this as we go along. And that the new house, that some of this stuff starts coming out more and more. We've got these older ones in, like McConnell, and that could be what's going on with what's his name too, the one that was when McCain was alive, he kind of kept him in check, but now he's off the rails. Could be something, maybe he's in their pocket now too, but who knows. But this is an interesting reading on the Koch brothers and the Trump administration. Apparently, the Koch brothers, like I said, they didn't want to fuel Trump directly, but they've been filtering all the money into the senators, the House, the Senate. Okay, the Republicans in the House and the Senate, they have them in their back pocket doing their bidding. Pence, fueled by Koch brothers, as is Pompeo. Okay, so this is what we have to watch out for. The ones with a lot of money, these billionaires that are taking advantage. Now, when I see the card come up of the like the Empress, again, they're taking advantage of the system, using it, but using it in a dark way. Mostly legal, but they found loopholes. They found some way to skew the system. And the voter rolls, don't forget about that. They've made the most detailed voter rolls so that they could sit there and have a hand behind the scenes so that the people would get elected they want elected. Okay? So it's so important to look at all these things, the voter rolls, so that they can't do gerrymandering anymore. So when they say they got all the voter rolls, you'll find out their money's behind the scenes to gerrymander all this stuff, to put out all of these commercials to get people not to go vote. Okay? Really dark stuff that they're doing behind the scenes, pulling the strings to puppets that people don't know are their puppets. Okay? So again, something that we need to watch for. Thank God we've got the tower that you know, there's going to be a shakeup in this. People are going to actually start looking and seeing what's behind it. We've got smart people coming into the house now. Okay, they're going to start doing some digging and maybe start rooting out some of this stuff. So we'll have to see what's going forward. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. And we do it step by step by step. But we've got to be able to see the corruption, where it's at, so we know how to fight it, how to stand up against it. We need to look at these ones that are fueling the Tea Party, that are fueling the Federalist judges, that are fueling this thing, and you find out they come back to ones like the Koch brothers, for one. And then they have that other one, that woman, I forget what her name is, and these are the ones that are trying to ruin our country for their own agenda and their own pockets, okay? So I'm going to leave this here.